So what's the most important thing in a Call of Duty game? Is it the guns? How skill-based matchmaking is implemented? Is it maybe the perks? In my opinion, it is 100% the maps. Before we get into this, guys, if you could please leave a like, a comment, and maybe even subscribe. That would seriously mean so much to me and really help out the channel, help out this video. All right, so let's just jump straight into it. I'm gonna go through the 3 multiplayer maps for just the regular multiplayer. I'm not going to get into the 12v12 maps at all, just because I think that they're just so different from like the core multiplayer. So I think I'm actually going to save those and that whole mode itself in a different video, but I'm just going to talk about the 3 Miami, Moscow, and Satellite for this video. So I'm going to start with Miami, which is, for me, it's aesthetically my favorite map. The colors are beautiful. You have these vibrant blues, these like kind of like magentas. You have the sky that's all lit up, and you're right on the beach in Miami. Everything is just absolutely beautiful and gorgeous there. Along with all of that, you have this bar area that's even playing music that just like really immerses you into the whole scene of Miami. They even have this thing where you can jump on a jumping board for a pool and you can fly up in the air. That's just so unique and different and out there. But I just love that they just added it into the game. It doesn't change the gameplay at all or anything, but it's just super fun to do. And I can totally see people like jumping off of that and doing a 360 and trying to get a snipe or something. Some of the pros of this map, I think that the flow can be pretty good. The middle of the map is definitely where most of the fun's happening, where all the action is and everything. And when you have a good lobby of a bunch of people like running around and everything, this map will flow really well, and it works great for modes like domination and kill confirmed. But that's kind of the thing with Miami. The thing is that with a game mode like TDM, you're definitely going to get a lot more camping in some of the buildings, because there are kind of like these 2 buildings that are across from each other. And I've had plenty of games where people just love to sit in there and camp. There's this one balcony that when you sit up there, you can see basically the whole map. Like at least half the map you can see from this balcony. And the wall itself that you're behind in the balcony is super huge, so you can like easily headshot glitch behind it. I'm hoping that if they are doing any more map tweaks or anything, that they could just like move that wall down a little bit, so like you can't only see like the top of the person's head, because especially if someone's sniping up there, it's extremely difficult to actually get them down, and it's really easy for them to kill you from that high vantage point. But overall, Miami is a pretty good map. I don't think it's going to be like a Call of Duty classic or anything, but for sure it's going to be one of the fine maps to play in Cold War this year. The next map I'm going to talk about is Moscow. Now, Moscow, this map aesthetically, it's a little bit more dull. It gives me a bit more of a modern warfare feel, which is fine. I do like the colors and everything when they work well and they're actually like realistic. I don't just like colors for the sake of having a colorful map, kind of like in Black Ops 3 and Black Ops 4. Those felt really arcadey, which is totally fine, but it's like I like my color to actually make sense. So I think for Moscow, even though it is just a bit muted, I think it's totally fine because it does fit the environment just fine, which is what Treyarch actually did great for all the maps in Cold War is environment. The environment in all the maps really makes you feel that you're really in that era and that you're really in that location as well. Another pro that I like to Moscow is that the spawns actually seemed really solid, which is kind of surprising. I don't know, I felt like that overall that we're going to have more spawn issues in the alpha, but overall they're really good, and I felt like that on Moscow especially, they were placed really well. They always put you in spots where you were just further back from your teammates, so all you had to do was run forward, maybe take a turn or something, and then you're right back in the action. There wasn't any crazy spawn flips I was experiencing personally. Everything really made sense, and I never felt like I got screwed or that I was screwing someone else off of a spawn. One thing that I wanted to point out about this map is that the outskirts are very, very dangerous. This isn't so much of a con. It is a little bit, I guess, but you just have to know that like there's this one street in Moscow where if you're running out there, really good chance you'll get shot from a window, really good chance you'll get hit from someone all the way down the street, either with an AR or definitely a sniper rifle. I was running into that quite a bit whenever I took to the street, so I was pretty much just staying in the main middle area, and that's where for sure this map was shining, when just like Miami, when everyone just kind of rushes and actually like, you know, goes up against each other in the same area, it works great. And like overall, these maps, they have that good classic flow to them that kind of does encourage that faster paced gameplay. And then on to my favorite map in this game, that is going to be Satellite. Satellite was aesthetically beautiful. It was kind of all one color, but they did it really great where it wasn't ugly to look at, because it was just kind of like this Mars looking red, you know. But they did it really good where it wasn't too much in your face, but like it looked nice to, you know, have your eyes just stare at it during the whole game pretty much. And with all that being said, it was very bright. There was no dark shadows or anything. And that was kind of a theme throughout some of these maps. There are some darker areas where, on all the maps honestly, where like you can sit in a darker area and it's harder to see you. So I'm hoping that they do kind of fix that shadowing and everything. They're able to fix it for the most part in Modern Warfare. So I feel pretty confident that Treyarch will fix it for their maps. And it's not even as bad as it was in Modern Warfare. But back to Satellite. Like I said, this is 100% the best map in the entire alpha, in my opinion. It for sure gives you that classic Call of Duty feel. This really is more so of a 3-lane map, and there's no super strong point to hold anywhere on the map. There's plenty of cover throughout the entire map, so like wherever you get into a gunfight, you can pretty much just like duck down and get behind whatever's near you and actually give yourself an opportunity to win a gunfight. One thing that I did kind of not like about the map is that the spawns were a little bit iffy, and this was only for like one particular side of the map. I thought there's more of a open area to the map, and I did have a couple of times where, you know, I would just be running through this area and people weren't really spawning so much behind me, but they would just spawn very far to my left or very far to my right. So either I could just like see them spawn and shoot them down, or when they would spawn in, they would just like look a little bit to their left and just see me lined up with them, maybe like 50 or 60 meters away, and they would just hose me down. So this is the only map that like I ran into an issue with the spawns, but like really nothing too terrible in my opinion. Like overall, the flow was great, and this is where I had the most fun in the alpha for sure, hands down. So overall, it's really great that none of these maps sucked. I was so nervous about that. I was a little bit skeptical after I was watching all of the streamers play that one weekend, because I don't know, I wasn't super into the maps that I was seeing, but once I actually got to play them myself and I got a couple of reps in with all the different maps, I was starting to really dig them. The flow, the lack of hardcore camping from too many buildings was just so nice, dude. Like seriously, like it was so refreshing to, you know, after months and months of Modern Warfare, to play maps like these that actually do a bit better of a job encouraging people to run around. And then like along with score streaks too, which I think that they should buff, but that's a totally different topic. But with score streaks too, them playing the objective that helps people like to run out and actually want to pick up some tags or capture a domination point or something. Another thing is that it's great to have color back. I'm happy that everything isn't gray and tan anymore. Like I said, I don't like that arcadey style of color where like everything is just blue and yellow and orange and every color of the rainbow for like no apparent reason. They just like, with Treyarch in particular, would just throw out color just to have color out there. But the color in these maps actually makes sense, and it just like kind of, you know, ties everything in together. It's nice running around in a map that like looks good, along with it actually playing really good as well. You know what too, I'm also just really curious to see what the rest of the maps are going to be like. I'm really hopeful because Treyarch does typically nail their maps, and after playing these 3 maps in the alpha, I for sure think that we're going to be getting more 3-lane maps designed kind of like this, which is going to be super nice to have. We're going to see more color that makes sense and everything too, in my opinion. So I'm curious to see what those other maps are going to look like. Like I said, I'm super hopeful that they're all going to be great, but we're just going to have to see. Maybe in the beta, I'm hoping that they drop in like another map or something. And also too, I wonder how many maps we're going to actually get at launch. I think that we've always been ranging anywhere from like 9 to like back in the day, I think we launched with like 14 maps even. I'm hoping that for this game we could get right around 11. That would be super nice. That would give us just plenty of variety right out of the gate to play with for multiplayer. So like I said, maps are the most important part to a Call of Duty game, because if the maps suck, it doesn't matter how great anything else is in the game. If the maps suck, you're not going to have any fun playing multiplayer. But if the maps are at least above average, if not having a couple of really stellar maps in there, then that's just going to help the overall game tremendously, because that really makes or breaks a Call of Duty game. Even if the guns are a bit imbalanced, even if the skill-based matchmaking seems a little bit too stringent on making it feel like that you're playing a ranked game, if all the maps are good, at the end of the day you will most likely be having fun with the game. And the alpha made me super hopeful that we're going to be getting even more maps when this game launches. But that's going to do it for this video, guys. Thank you so much for watching. If you happen to play the alpha, tell me what you thought about the maps. Did you like any of them? Did you hate them all? And if you didn't play the alpha, like, what do you think from all the gameplay that you've seen? I'm curious to hear your thoughts and everything. If you guys could please subscribe and like, that would seriously help this video out and help me out tremendously. It would mean the world to me, for real. And I hope you guys enjoyed the video, and take it easy.